A new sound over Ukraine's skies, no longer the slow lawnmower, but a jet screaming at 500 kilometers per hour. Russia's Geran-4 was built to outrun defenses harder, faster, sharper. But it was hunted mid-air, frame by frame. So here's the question: is speed still an advantage or a new vulnerability? Ukraine says it has intercepted one of Russia's newest jet-powered drones, marking a potential escalation in the evolving aerial battlefield. According to Ukrainian drone manufacturer Wild Hornets, the interception was carried out by the 1020th Anti-Aircraft Missile Artillery Regiment, using an Interceptor drone guided by the company's Hornet Vision Satrel system. The footage, released on Telegram, shows a first-person view of the interceptor closing in on the target mid-air before the feed cuts, suggesting a proximity detonation. Wild Hornets said this was the second jet-powered drone downed by the same unit within a week, following an earlier interception reported on April 27th. Defense outlet. Militani identified the drone as the Geran-4, an upgraded variant of Russia's earlier Geran series systems, featuring a more powerful engine and improved fuselage optimized for high-speed operations. The outlet described the drone as part of a broader Russian shift toward faster, harder-to-intercept aerial platforms. According to RBC Ukraine, citing military sources, the Geran-4 is capable of reaching speeds of up to 500 kilometers per hour, with a range of approximately 850 kilometers. It reportedly carries a 50-kilogram warhead and has a total takeoff weight of around 450 kilograms. Reports also suggest the drone may be equipped with a Soviet-era R-60 air-to-air missile, potentially designed to counter Ukrainian interceptors. However, Ukrainian assessments indicate that some of these missile configurations may be decoys intended to confuse air defense systems. The development is part of a wider trend. Russia began deploying jet-powered drones in mid-2025, with designs believed to be influenced by Iranian systems. Compared to earlier propeller-driven variants, often referred to in Ukraine as lawnmowers, these newer drones are significantly faster and more difficult to intercept, though typically with reduced range. Despite this, Ukrainian officials maintain that their air defense network remains effective. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in late April that Ukraine was sustaining an interception rate of around 90% against incoming Russian drones, even as Moscow ramps up launch volumes. Operational data suggests that while jet-powered drones are being introduced, the majority of Russia's strikes still rely on older propeller-driven systems, with the newer models used more selectively. The reported interception highlights both the rapid evolution of drone warfare and the intensifying technological competition between Ukrainian and Russian forces, where speed, range, and countermeasures are reshaping the air defense equation. Ukraine has carried out one of its deepest and most consequential strikes of the war, targeting Russia's most advanced combat aircraft, nearly 1,700 kilometers inside its territory. According to Ukraine's General Staff on April 25th, Ukrainian forces struck multiple aircraft at an airbase in Russia's Chelyabinsk region, including several Sukhoi Su-57 stealth fighters and at least one Sukhoi Su-34. Officials said several Su-57s and one Su-34 were hit, though the exact level of damage remains under assessment. Satellite imagery cited by the Telegram channel Exilinova Plus and Ukrainian sources suggests the strike likely targeted the Shogol airbase, with visual comparisons between April 17 and April 26, indicating damage to at least 3 aircraft. Ukraine has not disclosed the method used, leaving open the possibility of long-range drones, cruise missiles, or covert sabotage operations. However, on May 1st, Robert Brovdi, also known as Magyar, confirmed that drone units were involved, stating that 4 aircraft were hit, including 2 Su-57s and 1 Su-34. The aircraft were reportedly stationed at a rear airfield used for operations, maintenance and dispersal, part of Russia's strategy to relocate high-value assets deeper inland. The Su-57 is Russia's only operational 5th-generation fighter, designed for stealth, advanced avionics and air superiority, often positioned as Moscow's counterpart to Western platforms like the F-35. With only an estimated 40 aircraft in service, any damage to the fleet carries outsized operational and symbolic impact. Several Su-57s and 1 Su-34 were hit at Chagall Airfield. The General Staff added that the degree of damage was still being assessed, further warning more to follow. Ukrainian officials framed the strike as part of a broader effort to degrade Russia's strike capabilities.
Targeting Su-34. Multi-role fighter bombers and Su-57 5th-generation fighters is critical to reducing the enemy's strike capability. Russian Su-34 fighter jets can carry a range of guided bombs and missiles and strike targets, including critical infrastructure, military facilities, and civilian areas, at distances of up to 1,000 kilometers. Every Su-34 fighter jet shot down means fewer airstrikes, more civilian lives saved, and less strain on air defense systems.
Brovdi also described the Su-57 as a particular threat to Ukrainian aircraft and air defenses. The strike marks one of the longest-range Ukrainian attacks since the war began, underscoring Kyiv's expanding deep strike capability. Russian officials have already acknowledged the growing reach of Ukrainian drones. Secretary of the Russian Security Council, Secretary Sergei Shoigu, in mid-March confirmed that Ukrainian long-range drones had begun to pose a direct threat to regions deep inside Russia, including the strategically critical Ural industrial area.
Thus, until recently, the Urals were out of reach for strikes from Ukrainian territory, and today they are already in the zone of immediate threat.
This is not the first time Ukraine has targeted high-value air assets. Previous operations, including the large-scale Operation Spiderweb drone assault, have demonstrated Kyiv's intent to systematically degrade Russia's air power. If confirmed, the strike on Chagall airbase signals a new phase in the air war, where even Russia's most advanced fighters, positioned deep in the rear, are no longer beyond reach.